So Steve, just finished your first training session since Tuesday night's win. How did you find things today with the players?
Yeah, obviously the players are still up a height a little bit about the result and the performance. As I said after the game, it'd probably be one of the biggest games of most of their careers, regarding the fans and who we were playing against. But you have to quickly focus on Saturday now, and that's pretty much since yesterday morning is all I've been thinking about, really. Try and take the positives out of Tuesday regarding what we did well, try and look at the negatives of what we need to do better, and then couple that with how we think Dover will play, or how we know Dover have played in the past. But they've got different players as well, so we've been watching their game this morning. So yeah, it's you can't knock off. You've got to keep driving forward, and there's so far to go now in this league that Tuesday has to go out our heads now completely.
There was some fans saying it was one of the best performances they've seen from the Gateshead side. How important is that, even though it's just one game, for the players' confidence moving forward and the fans themselves?
Yeah, it's nice to hear. Obviously, the lads will be reading it, and social media is something that's a big part of life now. So obviously the lads are all involved in that. But from my point of view, my job now is to get them as hungry and as focused, and keep trying to raise the bar, because we can, because of the age of the squad and because of how many young lads we've got. It's only going to get better if they keep sort of believing, they keep listening, they keep learning from the mistakes. So that's all we try and drive into them every day. The standards in training have got to remain the same. They've been incredibly high all season since we got here. Everything we've done, they've applied themselves properly, and then as I say, try and keep improving.
For the majority of the lads, it was the first two games at this level. I won't say have they surprised you, but have they maybe surpassed your expectations initially?
Well, as I said the other night, you always hope that they're going to rise to the challenge. They did very, very well against Maidenhead after a difficult day, as we've already said. It's not ideal scenario. It's not an ideal preparation. 7-hour coach journey before the game, but they just got on with it. As I said, they're a good group. They enjoy each other's company. They certainly enjoy being at the club. So they've rose to every challenge that I've thrown them so far. This, in many ways, on Saturday is going to be a tougher challenge again, because it's a bit different to what they faced. Although I did say Salford tended to go forward a bit quicker than I thought they would. Dover will be different again. Physical battles, and we've played them at the end of last season, and the only thing between the teams was the physicality. So as I said, we said to the players there, we look to put a team out for each different game. We don't change people because we haven't changed anybody from the two games because they played badly. We've just decided that this is the team that would be the best chance of beating Salford, and luckily it worked, and Saturday we'll be doing the same. We have to take into account the physicality of Dover, the way they'll try and play. So we'll try and pick a team to get 3 points, which ultimately is what it's all about. Performances are fantastic, but it's a results business. It's about putting as many points on the board as possible by the end of the season, and so that's all we're looking at for Saturday. Who's going to give us the best chance of beating Dover?
At the start of the season, you almost wouldn't have blamed the lads for having a sort of underdog mentality, but we're not really seeing that. It's more fearless, more confident.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I try and give them, Mickey, try and give them the freedom to play. They know that they won't get a roasting off me if they're trying to do things positive, and they're trying to be positive, as long as they're not taking crazy risks and making. Always tell them to make good decisions early in the game. I always tell them to make good decisions in defensive areas. But apart from that, as I grew up with under my one of my best managers at Newcastle, you were given the freedom to go and play and go and be yourselves on the ball, and I think they've enjoyed that side of things. That it's not too regimented. It's they know the system well now. We've played it all pre-season, which is why I thought it would be crazy to change it when they all looked so good pre-season, and they just seem to be growing on it.
It's almost 2 months to the day since the sort of future of the club was really up in the air, but now 2 months on, you're unbeaten pre-season and got off 2 wins to start the season. It's sort of funny how football works like that in such a short period.
No, it is. I had a list of players who I wanted to keep from last season and build on. For one reason or another, that became impossible. And then you look at the side on Tuesday night and you think, even maybe the players I was thinking about keeping wouldn't have done the jobs that these lads have done. You know, they wouldn't have been maybe as energetic, they wouldn't have bought into what I was saying maybe. So things happen for a reason, I suppose, and I kept telling myself that all summer, you know, these things are happening for a reason. So as I say, I'm happy, really happy with what I've got at the moment. I love working with them every day. I still think there's massive improvements they can make, and I still think we need to, you know, if we can, we need to try and improve the depth of the squad going into what is always a hard winter in this league.
And what do you think is required from the squad to sort of maintain that early standard they've set?
I just think, I think stand up to the physical challenge. I think the amount of goals scored in this league from crosses into the box, from wide positions, that's stuff that we've worked on all day. Because if you look at all the goals and the chances that have came against us so far this season, they've all been from corners, second balls, free kicks, crosses. Nobody's really carved us open and like we've done to other teams. So you know, that side of things has got to be worked on. It's got to be improved on. But you know, you've got teams in this league who, you know, Doval have 5-6 players in the starting lineup, 6'2", 3, 4, 5, and if you've got lads that simply aren't that big, that can't compete aerially, they have to compete physically, and they have to make sure they don't get free headers. And they're all things that, you know, that haven't come natural to lads. You know, they don't necessarily get taught that in academies in under 23 football. So with a lot of that, you're starting from scratch really.
What type of game are you expecting against them on Saturday? As
I said before, I'm going to only go off what I've always saw, what I've always played against Dover, which is incredibly competitive, getting the ball forward as quickly as possible, getting second balls, third balls, which is where we need to be on our guard. And like Tuesday, when we do get a chance to play, when the game does calm down and we do get our chances to play with the same freedom and positivity as we did the other night.
And fitness-wise, how's everyone looking?
Couple of knocks, couple of ice packs there. They can probably hear me over there, so there's a couple of them have to realise what's an injury and what isn't. But apart from that, they'll all be fine for Saturday.
What's the situation at the moment with Stephen Rigg? Obviously waiting on his clue.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a drag because Tom DeVitt had the same thing. His last team was American team, but he got done a lot quicker than this. So you know, I'll be really disappointed if it's not done by Friday in time.
Another striker as well. You're just two at the moment as well.
Yeah, no, as I say, you know, we're hoping that Stevens is through. Then you've got a little bit more cover and a few more options. You know, the work rate that Luke and Scott put in the other night. You know, they may need a breather every now and again. And Riggy's a different type of player to them again, so it gives us another angle, another option. And as I say, we're hopefully going to try and get Mike over the line this week as well, which adds that bit of massive experience. You know, he's like having another coach out there when he trains if you watch him, and also, you know, a lot more physical and the lad that's used to competing against players in that certainly higher levels than that, but certainly players of that stature. So you know, they'd be good to get over the line by Friday.